everyone, Hwasa here, back with another video, and today we're doing a 6-part reaction to Bini Karera, Jessi, Soojin, that's written in Korean, I will figure it out before the video, G-Idol, I Do, H1-KEY, Time to Shine, and Kiss of Life, Bad News. So without further ado, let's get into this video. It's quiet, but it's playing. Why is that my, innate reaction to loud things? Why did you freeze? It's giving Dance the Night Away. Dance the night away. Shipwreck. Mermaids. I really love a mermaid thing. Ooh, cute. The styling so far? 10 out of 10. Oh my, I thought that was a person for a second. Okay. It's kind of a sleigh. I'm sorry, the styling is amazing. It's like they're developing their own new hobbies. That's cute. Ooh, ooh. Wings? Ethereal beings? Fairies? It's a DNA strip that they made. That's cute. And it was made of butterflies. This was a 5-minute song. It did not feel 5 minutes. It actually felt relatively short. It felt like a 3-minute song. So, you know, I think it's always a skill when a group can make a long song feel short in a way. Like, you were just so into the song that you didn't notice that you were just sitting here for about 5 minutes listening to one song. And I really appreciate that, because I think that is a skill that not all groups have. And I know that they've probably had to come back because this was 2 months ago. I will get to more if they do. This song is beautiful. And I think back to like early this year or last year when I watched a whole bunch of Bini music videos, I think this one is one of my favorites. I really love the aesthetic. I love the vocals. I love the styling, the set usage, and kind of like the subtle storyline that they were giving. It felt really well thought out, well mapped, and obviously very well visualized overall. I really like the song. I think those are my overarching thoughts. It's kind of a bop. For a 5-minute song, I like that it didn't feel like a 5-minute song. And you really got to understand it without necessarily needing to be so honed in on the lyrics to understand the story. But up next is Jessi, Gum. Oh, there's a lot of lip. I feel like I need to put on lip gloss now. Why are you giving Cardi B in that red outfit? I can't. Is that meant to be a gum or like the back of the, you know, I don't ask questions. Oh, interesting. You know what this makes me think of? I should also, actually we're gonna react to 7 songs today, and we're gonna also watch Hwasa's song that I never watched yet, because this just gives me so much Hwasa vibe. Oh, these outfits stress me out. The sets stress me out. Okay. I think, girl, what? You know what, Jessi? You do you. What? What is this song? It's so funny. I like this styling. It's giving very Barbie movie. This choreo. She would do this. She would do this.
Can I get a little? Can I get a piece of that? I got the yum yum. I got the yummy yum. But yummy got you stuck. I'm gonna make you fall in love. Now put it on your tongue. I know you want that.
Slay. Slay. I feel confused. This feels very much like a song Jessi would release. I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just very kind of like shocking. Because like watching it, okay, Soojin. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. It just, why does she do this to us? Why does she do this to us? She always has to do this. Like, I feel like when I think of artists who do music videos that are so subverting expectations of like traditional Korean aesthetics, I always think of Hyuna. I always think of Jessi. I used to think of Hyolyn, but Hyolyn is now producing music in America, so I think it kind of makes sense. The style that Hyolyn's doing in America. Oh, sorry. But it's interesting to kind of watch Jessi's music videos, because I feel like Jessi's so often you expect her to do something so like typical, but what is typical Jessi at this point? Like every one of her songs, there's going to be some sort of like twerking, there's going to be some sort of like shock factor in either the choreography or the lyrics, and I think that's just her. So I don't know if she's so much subverting expectations, because I think at this point we expect this from her, but I think it's just you never really know what way she's going to go through in an MV, and I really appreciate it because it always gives me like, ooh, shock, like, oh, you're doing this. And I really like kind of her experimentation with her music, because it gives it a little bit more zest, something more interesting, something more like, I don't want to say repeat watchable, because that's not a proper word, but something that you want to rewatch, something that you want to listen to, because I feel like a lot of her songs when they come out, they're very much earworm, catchy in your head. But I don't know like how long lasting catchy in your head, because obviously there's Zoom, I see you looking, like everyone knows that, for example, and like Down, I won't let you down. Like I just feel like she has a way of forming her songs that make you want to continue to listen to them, and it's like that, and the way that she does the music videos is just a way to like keep you going back and listening to it or watching it. And I feel like it's just such a niche thing that she does, and I find it super interesting. Before we get into Soojin, because she was ready, I was not, we're gonna listen to Hwasa, I Love My Body, because I still haven't listened to it. I just know the chorus, I love my body. That's all I know. We're starting like that. Okay. Huh. Okay. Ooh, I love the makeup in this MV. Very cute. I'm assuming we're getting very like, that was a very Jessi outfit. I feel like Jessi's wore something exactly like that. Okay, this is the part of the chorus. That was everywhere like 2 months ago. These outfits are kind of slice. She's so pretty. It's low-key giving a more boppy version of Megan Trainor's like song that was really popular about your loving your body and things like that. Ooh. Okay, Run. Ooh, that was kind of cool. The police car is so random. Ooh, she's like perfectly centered. Thank you. I don't know if there's a line, I don't know if there's dots, but whoever had her walk in a perfectly straight line, thank you. Appreciate it. It's just very visually like in the very center, walking in the street. It like not, because you know when you walk, you like kind of veer one way or veer another way. This was just like perfectly centered. Slay. It's kind of a bop. It's kind of a bop. I'm not surprised that it's a bop because it's Hwasa, but I feel like this song, it really is giving Meghan Trainor, like early Meghan Trainor vibes. Song about loving your body. I'm trying to remember the name because it's not Lips Are Moving. It's All About That Bass. When she wrote All About That Bass in 2014, people saw that as like a big moment of self-love, and I feel like Hwasa this is a newer, I think more trendy sound version of it, and I kind of like that, kind of like it's making a resurgence in music, and I like the way that this was done. I think particularly it's just really catchy and the choreography is really fun, and I think that's why it like trended on the internet for like a month or something, where people just playing this song or doing this dance, and it's like, or like showing self-love, and I think that was really beautiful. But yeah, kind of a bop though. Up next is Soojin Miss is the translation I got. I will say, before I got the translation for Miss, before it said it was The Handmaiden, which is a 2016 movie. Okay. Okay, aesthetics. Ooh, it's so pretty. The styling on this is beautiful. Oh, it's called Agassi, actually, according to Google. I just wanted to double check. I really love seeing the aesthetic that she chose to go for as a soloist. It is very reminiscent of, I think, a song that, G-Idol would have done. This is so pretty. Ooh, dance. Oh, that's so pretty. I particularly just love the blue outfit. It's kind of a bop. I say it's a bop so much, but I just love it. I think vocally, and like, it's very interesting to go from a group to a solo sometimes, and it's always more interesting to me when you have to go from a member that I think everyone loves Soojin, like first and foremost, like she was like my favorite member of G-Idol when she was in it, and I particularly find it interesting that she still kept with the aesthetic of the group, because I know that she didn't really want to leave the group. There are overlaying reasons, but seeing what she's doing, it's very reminiscent of her group, but it's kind of like a nice nod, because I think their aesthetics were so similar as a group, and seeing even as a soloist that she's continuing down that route, I'm very interested to see how she will continue to stay in this aesthetic or in this role. I think overall you could see that she didn't have a lot of sets, but the way she used the sets I really appreciated. The choreography was stunning, the outfits were stunning. I do like the addition of rain to just add something on the sets that were being reused consistently. It just gave it a little bit more intrigue. But yeah, I really like the song. And it's Agassi. These, like, Google Translate was like Miss, and Google was like The Handmaiden, which is like a movie from 2015 apparently. And then when I checked it again with her name next to it, it was Agassi. So it's Agassi. Cool. But up next is G-Idol, I Do. I kind of put them together unintentionally, but I kind of love that. It's like my brain knew. And we're doing, sorry. Look at the hair. I love the hair. Bro, she can hear you. You weren't sneaky about it. Hi. Don't kill me. Huh? Huh? Okay. Cute.
Guess I blame myself, that's my fault. I don't even know
What is happening?
Cause now she got your heart, so I feel stupid, foolish, afraid I'm losing everything. I thought I could, and my whole world is falling apart.
Why are we swapping between the numbers in such a... This is such an interesting way of doing this. This is so cute. Ooh, so pretty. Did he betray her? No! Is she gonna leave? She left him. There's so much plot here. There's so much to unpack. There's so much I need to unpack that I have no time to. First and foremost, all English. Very repetitive chorus. I think most of the song is a chorus. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain what I mean when I say most of the song is a chorus, but I think when you listen to it, you understand what I mean. It's very much, the chorus is very long and the verses are very small, and I don't even feel as though there are verses, just because the length of them in comparison to everything else is too short subsequently to be considered a verse, in my opinion. I do love the way that they implemented all the members and how like visually stunning and how the story moved, and it was just so well done. It was very much a beautiful representation, if you will, a very like sonically, visually appealing song, and I really appreciate it. Not a sonically appealing song, oh my gosh. But I really appreciate it. It was really beautiful to see overall, and I think like I'm very interested to see how they will kind of continue the story, or if not the story, will they continue the universe, because that song came out in July, and I know it was like, is this considered an English debut? Because I know they've done KDA things and things like that, so I'm never really sure what constitutes an English debut. And if it is an English debut, it doesn't matter, it's still going to my K-pop top 200 songs. Thank you. Up next is H1-KEY, Time to Shine. This video is gonna be 40 minutes. Fire emoji. Okay. Not even being bored. Or maybe she wasn't bored. Maybe she was just nervous. Hwasa, don't be rude. The Kim Kardashian meme is in my head right now. Don't be rude. Looking for members.
It's time to shine brighter than
Sure.
the starlight.
Sure.
빛나고 싶다만 먹은
Mhm.
이곳은 말야. 저 하늘의 별보다 땅 위에 별이 많아. 모두 넋이 나가게 과연 할 수 있을까? 덜컥 겁이 나지만
Did she get a star in President?
마법 같은 건 존재하지 않는 세상.
Uh-huh.
거짓된 말
Okay. We're doing this. It's giving very like step up. Like we come from different worlds, but we end up being in our group lives. We're just waiting by the sign. I love that you're saying looking for members, but you just find them and you choose them. Also, their songs are very friendship driven. Get me out of here. Leave me be. I can't. Not them speeding up the video of the long hit process straight. Very Beatles-esque of them, actually. This is a 5-minute song. See, that's what I mean. There are some songs don't feel 5 minutes. This feels like we are getting towards the end, but you can still tell it's long. It's obviously long because they want to go through a whole story, but it's like you can tell that it's long. And I don't know if that's always a great thing, I feel with a song.
아직 힘이 안 나 보다 꺼놓겠지만 계속 꿈꾸는 난 절대 꺼뜨리지 않아 Oh 느는 날 넘어서 미래로 가 매일 바라던 내가 될 수 있도록 안 된다는 말 하얗게진 맘 휘둘리지 않아 기대해
I do like the showcase vibe. Again, it feels very much like a step up movie. How do they do those hand signs? I kind of want to do them, but I can't. And I know it'll look bad, hence me not imitating them right now on screen for y'all, because y'all will just be like, sorry. It's a really cute song. I think it is a little long, but I think Kiss of Life was also this long. So I feel like that's just going to be their thing as a group. I think they're very much focused on story. And since they are focused on story, like there's even more playing on screen right now. You can tell that a lot of their group feels very much story, but also here's an extra layer on the story. Here's a friendship layer. Here's like individual story arcs. And it's interesting. Oh my gosh, I compared H1-KEY to Kiss of Life. But this is a very Kiss of Life song, I'm sorry to tell you. Kiss of Life, for those of you who don't know, because I conflated the two in my head, Kiss of Life is a group that features Natty from 16, I want to say, and then she didn't debut in 16, but she's had a lot of fans and a lot of people have been rooting for her debut. Her group that she's in, Kiss of Life, is actually up next, but when I watch it, I think very much Kiss of Life. It's a long song, there's a lot of storyline, there's a lot packed into a song, and I think like in conflating the two, H1-KEY and Kiss of Life, I think that just means to me that they're very similar groups. So I'm very interested to see how H1-KEY kind of picks up and tries to differentiate themselves, because I think they're going to start getting lost in this idea of their songs becoming so similar, because obviously there's Rose Blossom, there's H1-KEY, is it Run? I forgot, but that one, for example, that was a very different sounding song. I really preferred their debut. I think their debut was so interesting, visually, sonically, everything, and I feel like with this they're going very much into a mold, so I'm curious to kind of see how they move through that or like move out of that after this comeback. But now this group is Kiss of Life. So sorry for the conflation of the two. Kiss of Life, Bad News. Oh.
Look at me now, look at me what, did you know what? I'm your wannabe, but good I'm not pretty. Oh, oh, can't you see, can't you see? Running, some days, come in. Seven, on and. Bad news, 쉽지 않은 논란, 나를 태워, 어딘지만 골라.
Okay. Speaking of differentiating yourself, No, I love her. I want to say her name is Jenny. This is, you know, deserved. Thank you. Julie. Her name is Julie. This is better. This is better than the debut. These vocals, is that Belle? Slay. Okay. What happened? What? Stop. I just love when they give me more than what I expect. You know, like when some groups, they just kind of give you bare minimum, they give you service level. This isn't service level, excuse me. This is like, oh, beautiful. I like this a lot more. It's gonna play start next video reaction, don't do that. This is all our playlist. I really like this. It feels very fresh, and I was really, because I think it's right. Drop that on your lips. Like, I think it's very catchy, but I didn't know if it had a long-term appeal. I feel in my moment of reaction to it, I slayed that. I love that song, banger. But I haven't listened to it in months. It comes up obviously in my playlist when I'm like editing reactions and things like that, because obviously I do a lot of reactions. I have to make an annual ranking of K-pop songs, so like I do listen to it. But when it first came out, I listened to that song maybe a little incessantly, won't lie. It's kind of like currently I've been listening to Vicha's debut song every single day, 5 times a day. My friends can attest to that because they've been bombarded with that. But I was really in love with that song when it came out, and it really kind of fizzled. And what I'm interested to see is how good Bad News does in comparison, because I think Bad News touches on different things. I love the differences. It has a little bit of a country twang in it, and the vocals in this are a little bit different, but I think they're more interesting than the one whistle note that I think Belle hits the whistle tone in their first song. And like I played it for one of my friends who's been a K-pop fan, I think just as long as myself, maybe a little bit more, but she's more into boy groups, and for her she felt like that was a little bit gimmicky, for example. And so I'm very interested to see how like this is received in comparison to their debut. I think regardless they're going to be successful for quite a while as a group, but I'm just fascinated by kind of the choices that they're choosing to take. And I feel like if they continue to take interesting choices, they will be a successful group, because I think there are times as fans that we're like, give me something new, give me something like, you know. But yeah, if you liked today's video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.